On television first, the headlines. Clashes continue between the Israeli occupation forces and the Palestinians in Al-Aqsa Mosque, and Lebanon renews its rejection of any military escalation in its territory. And the Russian army makes progress in controlling the city of Bakhmut in eastern Ukraine. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. The Israeli authorities said that 2 Israelis were killed today in a shooting attack in the occupied West Bank. The attack came with Israel on high alert in Jerusalem after a day of violence along the Lebanese and Gaza borders. Israel's military said soldiers had arrived at the scene of a reported car crash near the Jewish settlement of Hamra and saw a car with 3 Israeli women inside had been shot up. 2 of the women died and 3rd sustained serious wounds. Soldiers started blocking routes adjacent to the scene of the shooting attack, and a pursuit after those responsible has begun. Lebanon's foreign ministry said it had constructed the country's mission to the United Nations in New York to submit a complaint to the UN Security Council against the deliberate Israeli bombing and aggression in the south, which it condemned as a flagrant violation of Lebanon's sovereignty. Meanwhile, Israel's military hit sites in Lebanon and Gaza earlier today as tensions following police raids this week on Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem threatened to spiral out of control. As daybreak neared, the military said it had also struck targets in southern Lebanon, where residents around the area of Rashidiyah refugee camp reported 3 loud blasts. 2 Lebanese security sources said the strike hit a small structure on farmland near the area from which the rockets had been launched earlier. A member of Lebanon's civil defense at the scene this morning said there were no casualties. The Israeli military said that the strikes came in response to 34 rockets which were launched from Lebanon, of which 25 were intercepted by air defense systems. Ukraine said today that Russia was concentrating all its efforts on capturing the eastern city of Bakhmut, where it described the situation as difficult, but said it was holding out despite Russia's numerical superiority. Eastern Military Command spokesperson said that Ukraine controlled the situation in Bakhmut, understood Russian intentions, and that Moscow had tactical success in some places, but was paying a high price for it. Russia's assault on Bakhmut, a small city in the Donetsk region, has been the focus of the biggest battle of Moscow's full-scale invasion launched in February 2022. South Korea, Japan, and the United States today urged UN member states to repatriate North Korea's workers, claiming they continued to help Pyongyang dodge sanctions and fund its weapon program. The joint statement of the 3 countries added that North Korea was also engaged in malicious cyber activities that supported its military expansion. Overseas workers have long been a significant source of income for nuclear-armed North Korea, but under a 2017 United Nations resolution, member states had until December 2019 to repatriate them. However, after a meeting in Seoul, the South Korean, Japanese, and U.S. special envoys for North Korea stressed the need for countries to ensure compliance with UN Security Council sanctions. China sent warships and aircrafts near Taiwan for a second day and said the island remains its inseparable part after the president of Taiwan's meeting with the U.S. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. 3 Chinese warships sailed in water surrounding the self-ruled island, while a fighter jet and an anti-submarine helicopter also crossed Taiwan's air defense identification zone, according to the Defense Ministry in Taipei. It was not immediately clear if the movements represented an enhancement of normal patrols that Beijing conducts in the region. Still to come in our news bulletin. The second phase of the club's competition for cultural creativity in the governorates of Zahira and Buremi is concluded. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. In order to enhance the services provided on the roads and stimulate investment in various governorates of the Sultanate of Oman, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning put forward 2 bidding sites for the construction of integrated service stations in the wilayas of Ibra and Badia in North Sharqiya Governorate. The area of each site is 15,000 square meters and it includes a fuel station, a car repair workshop, a main building for restaurants and basic services, various shops, an electric car charging station, and parking for cars, buses, and trucks. Injaz Oman Student Company's exhibition for the year 2023 started yesterday and runs until the 8th of April, in which student companies are given the opportunity to showcase their potential products and services for 3 consecutive nights. More details in the following report.
To enhance leadership skills and build a culture of entrepreneurship among students, Injaz Oman Student Company's exhibition for the year 2023 was launched with a wide participation of 65 student companies.
Our product, it's all about the wastage of the marble. Actually, we are reusing them to build the bricks of the buildings.
We are a plastic students company interested in producing a cement that has a certain percentage of the plastic, such as the polypropylene and the polyethylene. The cement has certain characteristics that are very special from the traditional cement. For example, it has a thermal insulation, it is anti-cracking, also the age of the cement has been improved compared to the traditional cement.
An atmosphere of creativity and innovation was witnessed from day one of Injaz Oman Students Company's exhibition, where the sectors in which products and services were developed include industry, services, sustainability, technology, and artificial intelligence.
We are insulin company named Pensulin. We are from Utas Muscat, and our company is about the people who are facing diabetes problems. And we searched the problem about the penicillin, the insulin pen, and we added other features such as heat-proof, which is the main problem about the insulin pen. We also made it smart, so he can use it by its application or PC. We also made the doses up to 100, so he can use it several times.
Our project aimed to find solutions for decrease the global environmental case of plastic pollution. So we took a step to produce a new type of non-plastic filament, which is made of wasted resources and biodegradable plastic.
It's noteworthy to mention that this exhibition will witness a detailed evaluation for all student companies, in which the winning of them will qualify to the next stage of this yearly competition. 65 student companies representing the youth of Oman, whether from schools, universities or colleges, all gather here today to pitch entrepreneurial ideas that benefit this great nation. For Oman TV, Ahmed bin Hilal al-Busaidi, Muscat.
Mirroring the role of Small Land Medium Enterprises Development Authority in Al Dakhiliya Governorate to encourage and support entrepreneurs in the region, a Ramadan evening on entrepreneurship was organized in the wilaya of Bahla. The evening focused on 3 main topics: the services provided by the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Authority, and legislative frameworks for conducting business in the Sultanate of Oman, and the importance of economic feasibility studies in transforming a simple craft into a productive enterprise. The event targeted small and medium enterprises, home-owned businesses, student-owned businesses, and those interested in entrepreneurship. The second phase of the club's competition for cultural creativity 2022 to 2023 on the level of Al-Dhahira and Al-Braymi governorates was concluded. The competition includes different categories such as poetry, theater, sports, commentary, and more. Al-Nahda Club from Al-Braymi Governorate won first place in the category of theater, and Yanqal Club won first place as the best media team. The winning clubs will qualify to the next phase of the competition on the Sultanate of Oman's level. This competition comes to activate the roles of clubs through a set of programs and activities that touch the aspirations of Omani youth and shed light on their skills and creativity. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Clashes continue between the Israeli occupation forces and the Palestinians in Al-Aqsa Mosque, and Lebanon renews its rejection of any military escalation in its territory. And the Russian army makes progress in controlling the city of Bakhmut in eastern Ukraine. With that, we come to the end of tonight's bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's Ramadan Mubarak and have a great weekend.